What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Barry, one half the Huang Bros. Today I am going to do a oil change on my Lexus RCF. Now, this doesn't have to be a Lexus RCF. This could be Lexus Education. It could be anything. It could be Lexus IS250, 350, RC 350, anything. Because generally the engine is the same. Well, not the engine's not the same, but the format of the engine with the oil filter on the bottom is the same, and typically the oil cap right here is the same. So today you're gonna watch me change the engine oil of this RCF. First step, put this thing on wood blocks or jack stands and make sure it's safe. The materials I have for today is Amsoil 5W30 because that's what my engine calls for. Now for RCFs only, it's me 04152-51010. That is our oil filter. This is the OEM one. You will need your Lexus Phillips 14, all Lexus drains or 14s, and then you will need a oil filter housing removal tool and a giant freaking bucket. Because we have 10 quarts coming out, or 9.3 or whatever they say. All right, my car is ready to be driven on these 3 stacks of wood. Maybe I need to go higher, we'll see. As I created all this space, I'm going to release the cap and make sure I can drain it later. Okay, that's loose. Set it there. And now first thing I'm gonna do is the oil filter. All right, what you wanna do is locate your oil filter housing, which for me is gonna be right here. It's typically 3 Phillips or 10 millimeters holding it down. I'm gonna remove the cover. Now the reason why I'm gonna remove the oil filter first is because typically your oil drain pan is like, your little pan is like, you know, empty. So if you pour the engine oil out first, so all 10 quarts for me, or maybe 9.8 comes out, and you drop the oil filter in there, it's just gonna cause a big mess. So for me, I just like to tackle the oil filter more. All right, now that's exposed. We found our filter housing, so we're just gonna put that in there. Lefty loosey. All right, and then you just start seeing a slow trickle eventually, but position my pan. All right, and we have engine oil coming out. As you notice, there's no splatter everywhere, so which is great. It does get hotter though. This is best when the engine is not warm, but for me, I'm gonna full send it. I'm gonna have my napkin and I'm gonna clean the filter housing, because I mean, we want to get rid of all the old oil, you know. That's it. All right, now we put the new filter in. Drain the housing of the old oil. See, yeah, there's a filter right there. That's why you want to do the filter first. It dropped. I'm gonna remove the old gasket here. Look for that spot right there and pull it out. Got my napkin, clean all around, clean inside. So in this box, got new gasket, new filter. New filter goes in there. New O-ring gasket, and just put it in there. All right, make sure everything's clean. Okay, ready to put it back in. I got my oil filter in, put that back in. We're righty tighty. I like to hand tighten first, and after that using the oil filter housing tool to give it just a little slight tug. All right, that seems to be pretty good. Now we go ahead and might have to wiggle it out. And now we put the 14 on and drain the oil. Whole lot of suffering down here. All right, we have the 14 millimeter. It's gonna go right here. Gonna loosen it. That's lefty loosey. Actually, that's tighten. All right, left. Slowly dripping. This might be a little bit warm. Position your pan, and voila. Oh, my Amsoil is still kind of brown. That's okay. Now we remove this and we're gonna wipe the drain plug clean. While that's draining down there, I'm going to clean my drain plug and I'm going to pretty much put the cover back on for the oil filter housing. That way it can be as efficient as possible. So we're gonna put that back. All right, it's gonna go in this way and put it in that way. Oh, shoot, not my bad. You're gonna go in this way because the teeth is right there. Going that way and feed in there. Oh, sit by itself. And just tighten these. Try not to strip these Phillips. You know, just go all the way until it doesn't really move or, you know, it stops. And last but not least, see, it is still draining over there. Still draining. So as we're waiting for the engine oil to drain, a lot of us Lexus owners, we have a catch can. This one's made by R Racing. It's pretty good. As you can see, I'm pretty much full almost. I went to 2 track days and I drove a lot of miles. So I guess it's time for me to, you know, take it out and drain it. Simple hoses, but you know, this is a lot. It's a lot of oil. So we're gonna drain this. Wow, look at that. It's a lot. All right, we just pour this out when it's done draining. If the amount of oil in here doesn't scare you, and if this doesn't tell you or scare you to get an oil catch can for yourself, I don't know what will. Gotta preserve the engine, you know? As you can see, it's coming to a slow trickle. Clean off the area, and then we'll replace the drain plug. We're going to re-wipe the area clean of oil, and then we're gonna use a 14 millimeter to tighten. All right, that's good. Now it's time to put oil in. Make sure your funnel is clean. And place it into where you took off the cap. Now it's time to pour oil. I usually leave the can dripping while I'm opening another one, though I can get every single ounce of oil because this is not cheap. My car takes about 9.3, 9.8. So I'm gonna put 8 quarts in there for sure, and then I'll see what happens after that. Next time I should try a bartender pour. All right, I'm just gonna leave it. I'll open up another one. This next part for the remainder of the oil, I like to put my car back on the ground to make sure that it is leveled so I can check my oil dipstick correctly. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take everything out. I'm gonna put the engine oil cap back on. I'm gonna dump my old oil. I'm gonna put my AOS back in. All right, now I'm gonna check the dipstick. So what we're looking at here, if you can see it, is from the top dot to the lower dot. My oil is actually halfway, so from top to bottom, that actually means 1 quart is needed, but I'm at halfway right there, so I just need half a quart. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the old oil back into these containers so that I could take it to O'Reilly's and recycle. That's what I'm gonna do. Always recycle your oil. Now we go inside and we need to initialize. We need to go to settings. See, it says maintenance required, so now we get rid of that by going here, settings, maintenance system. Do you want to initialize? Yes. Initialize complete, back again, and no more light. All right guys, you guys think you guys learned something, or if you guys think you have a method that's better than mine, or like just a different method that you guys try, please comment below and let everybody know so we all can learn together. But yeah, again, if you think you learned something, please leave a like, subscribe, support us, and take care of yourself. Peace.